Blog Talk Radio.
You are live at the Literary Lounge with your host, Destiny D, bringing you the newest and the brightest of the literary world right to your ear hole. Every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in, listen up, and learn something. This is the spot for new hot authors who are given the opportunity to shine. Each Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will showcase a new author here at the Literary Lounge. We are taking out the time to give all of our literary friends an opportunity to showcase their work. The New Author Spotlight is a platform that allows us to ask up to 10 questions or more to give you, the audience, the most in-depth current information about each writer in their literary piece. We will have a new guest every week. Stay tuned. And we have to so we wanted to touch base with him, do a 1-hour interview about his new book that he's about to release called Solo Season. We're also trying to find out how he got into writing, a little bit about himself. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, this solo.
All right. Good. We got you on the air. So I
Yes,
did a
ma'am.
full introduction. I want to thank you for taking out the time to do this interview with me today. And I want to give you an opportunity to let everybody know who you are and where you're calling from. We want to do a full hour interview if that's okay with you. And
Yes.
so just tell everyone who you are and where you're repping.
Yeah, I'm Solo Slim, and I'm repping South Carolina, South Cackalack, as we would say.
Writing, how did that all come about?
Could you repeat that?
As far as your writing, how did you start writing? How did that all come about?
Well, actually, I was a writer. I'm an artist. Also, I'm a rap artist, so I was an independent rap artist, and I've been writing for years. And I wanted to write a book about my life because I had an interesting life before my incarceration. So, and I wanted the world to know and see what I've been through, and I just thought I had a nice story to put out there and tell people, and it's real and it's uncut, and that's how I started writing. And when I met Robert Graham, he also inspired me to start writing.
Okay, so did you so this book that you have coming out, give us the title and give us a little bit of a synopsis about the book.
Okay, the book is called Solo Season, which is titled after me. Solo Season means my life. So the book is basically about my life and what I've been through, and all the trials and tribulations that I've overcame to still even be alive, period, as far as just, today. And, that's how it came about. I just been through a lot, and I just needed it in writing form, so I wrote the book Solo Season. And I think everybody will enjoy it if they read it, because it's real. It's nothing uncut. It's an actual real story, a real life story.
Okay, so you would say this is biography about your life. So is it from like the very beginning, like as far as like your hometown, how you grew up as a child, or is it starting like when you were grown or teenage? Give us a little bit of backdrop.
It's starting from when I was like teenage, as far as me being in the streets and me hustling and me just going through that life and living that life, deep in that life. It starts there. But I was surrounded by it as a kid also. I just didn't go from the kid from all the way to the childhood because, it was more interesting then. So I started as a teenager.
Okay, so did any of your music ever go big or anything like that? Like how did it go for you?
Well, basically, I was a local independent artist, but I have had songs on radio stations played, and I was putting myself out there for the last like 15 years before I left, and I've been to 20, 30 different states, just all over, performing, doing shows, performing with famous artists that you know now and you have known. I just been out there doing it myself, put my own money into it. I was going by Solo Slim as a rap artist also, and I was representing my own independent label called GrahamR. So I was doing it all myself. I was on my own with it. I was basically just searching for distribution and manufacturing,
Okay. So did when you were doing all of that, did you find it difficult to like put all of that together? Like, how did that work? Like to be that independent?
It's come from heart and dedication into what you believe in your art, and that's all you got to have, the power and the energy within yourself, and I believe you can accomplish anything, you know. So it wasn't that hard for me because I'm a strong-hearted person. As you can see when you read the book, when you read my book, you can see that just the average person ain't gonna go through all this and do this and still have a sane mind. Period. So you know, that's all.
Okay, so if somebody wants as far as
My bad, I can't hear you.
are you on Amazon or iTunes or anything like that? Is any of your music available for people to search out?
Well, actually, they can go on my timeline and scroll down my timeline on my Facebook at Solo Slim, and I have links with my music on there. But as far as right now in my situation, no, I don't have nothing as far as available to purchase.
Oh, okay, I understand.
But
so,
I will be in the future though.
Okay. So how did you get linked up in order to do the book? Like, what kind of things that you had to go through in order to get this book ready and available? And when is it going to drop?
Well, I'm dealing with GrahamR writing series, and through Robert Graham Jr. and the book should be out the first quarter of 2019. I guess that's between January and March, and you know, it and I put a lot into it, a lot of thinking, you know. So I've been writing it for like 2 years actually, and just finally put the pieces together to get it out and get it published. And I think I'm dealing with some good people with that, you know.
Oh, okay, that's good. So, what actually made you put the book together? Like, what prompted you to actually like buckle down and get it done?
Dedication, inspiration, man, work, you know, timing. It all comes together, and it gives you the power and the energy to make things happen for yourself or for anybody around you. You know, it's just dedication. I'm a dedicated individual with anything I deal with in life. So that's just the synopsis of me, period. And it all flows into the book, you know.
Oh, okay. So, were there any other influential people that were notated in the book, or is this all, you know, just surrounded by one person?
No, it's surrounding plenty of people because I dealt with plenty of people with the lifestyle I was living. But it's also famous people mentioned that I dealt with, and it's regular people just around me, you know, family that's mentioned, and it's plenty of locations, states, different places, different cities mentioned. Like I said, it just was, my life was turned up. Plenty of places, you know. It's just you know, that's all. It wasn't no just one certain type of thing going on, you know. All type of people mentioned, man. You know. Right.
Okay. Now, most people when they meet those individuals, like the musicians and artists and stuff like that, they get awestruck, and they don't know really how to like be themselves around those type of people. Did you have a problem with that?
No problem with that. Cause, like I said, I think beyond. I was a star before I met those people. Those people were just stars on the national level. You feel me? So I already felt confidence of who I am. So I never got starstruck by anybody. So you know, it was nice to meet them. You know, basically the way I think anyway, I already be knowing most famous people or whoever put their life out in the public. You ain't got to meet them to actually read them or understand them. You can just look at their ways and actions of who they are if you just follow them. So basically, I was already just a star in my own right. I was just doing it on a local level. So, you know, it was nice to meet those people, you know, and mingle with them and even do business with them. It just, you know, I'm just me, you know. It's hard to shake me or rattle me. You got, you know, you can impress me, but you know, I like realness. I deal with realness. So it's always the realness. I like to deal with people personally, and I can judge them better or whatever. But they just another person to me. But you know, that's just.
Well, I did hear you say that, you know, all of that came to a screeching halt and I was just wondering what actually happened that got you out of the music business.
Well, I'm not actually out of it. It just I don't focus on it as much as I used to. But it's just the situations in life take you places that sometimes you just have to deal with other things, and you have to put other things to the side. Basically, that's what happened to me.
Oh, okay. Well, can you give us a little bit of background about, yourself as far as family life? Like, do you have any children and
Yes,
your family?
Yes, I have three beautiful daughters. Their name is Alexis, Deasia, and Kimaya Boyd. They're from Greenwood, South Carolina. And matter of fact, you can actually go on my timeline and see them. I have photos of them. And I basically just grew up. I grew up, poor, in the projects, same old story. And I just was always an outreaching type person. And I come from a loving family. It's just that, sometimes in life you run through trials and tribulations that take you on other routes. And, you have to see the signs. Sometimes you miss the signs and you end up going through, deeper trials and tribulations. And, that's basically all, as far as life-wise anyway.
Now, you mentioned that it took you about 2 years to write this book. Like, what did you have difficulty doing it, or you just wanted to be spot on with your writing?
Yeah, I had to make sure it was right. I took my time with it, I had to because I couldn't put it all in one book. So, you have to figure out what you want to write about. So as it get to flowing, you catch writer's block. You might pop up with ideas that you wanted to put in the book, but you didn't, and they might not hit you till it's about timing. So a real author, a real artist, period, don't nothing just happen fast for them. That's unique or that's great. You know what I'm saying? Greatness takes time. So you have to make it great, or don't do it at all. That's how I think. So especially in writing a book, you can't just write a book about your life in a week. Not my life anyway, if you got something to write about, So it takes time, and circumstances, situations also halts that sometimes. So that's why it took me like 2 years to write it.
Oh, okay. I mean, because, like, majority of the people that I have interviewed prior to you, it's like the overall gist of it is about 6 months most times. Every once in a while you'll find somebody who spent a year. But it's very rare that you find somebody that actually took 2. That's why I was asking, because I wanted to get an idea of, like, was there difficulty in the midst of that, or you just wanted to, like, make sure everything was straight. So
yeah, I just wanted to make sure everything was straight.
Okay. So in this book, can you pick out, like, one part that really connected to you, that made emotions and stuff like run rampant?
Of course, there's plenty of parts, but I can tell you one. Yeah, I got a chapter called "Thin Line," and it's basically about me dealing with a female, and she had a drinking problem. Well, she actually was a great female. She actually real close to me, and we was going through things, and And basically, it popped off one night where she was drunk, and we was going through something, and she almost cost both of us our lives, But it both of us lived, of course, but it broke down to a situation where it got life threatening, and I don't really want to tell the events of the book, but but that's basically one of my favorite ones. But I got a few more too. So.
Yeah, I mean, but to be honest with you, it's very rare that you find the male perspective of abusive relationship situations. Like, normally, when you talk about, the other person is always being the male factor that's crazy or causing the problem, or the one that is invoking like the actual tension in the situation. But a lot of people don't really speak on the men who are being like attacked by the female. Like I've witnessed it actually a couple of times myself, where a female was like belligerent and she felt like it was by any means necessary to do whatever she was going to do to this particular person, regardless of if she was safe or anything. Like, just went off the handle. And like, some people just don't they wear their hearts on their sleeves. So it's like when they snap, they just snap. Like, they don't care what's going on around them. They don't care who is involved. They don't even care about themselves. They like, get it. You know what I'm saying?
That's basically what happened.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous person, to be around, and that's a toxic type of relationship to be in, because it starts to stem off into other things. And like, when you get to the point to where you feel like you can't deal with that person on a regular basis, or if that's your partner and you feel like you can't even rest your head without thinking that this person is going to do something to you while you're sleeping, that is a very toxic relationship. And, you would think that they would be thinking more on the lines of safety than anything else.
That's actually what. Yeah. Go ahead.
But I'm glad that you were able to walk away from something like that, as opposed to falling victim of something and then having to go through all kinds of unnecessary stuff. So that was a blessing within itself, because like sometimes, the situation is not as good as it could have been. Like, instead of a person walking away, like they ended up like hospitalized and fighting for their life and some old crazy stuff, trying to, and then they left the person alone. But I mean, the damage done by then.
Yeah, sometimes in relationships, you have to be the bigger thinker in that. So when you become the bigger thinker, then that usually can save a life,
Yeah. So have you ever found yourself being in the presence of other people and using your story as a means to be able to like coach and help other people, like as an advocate of some kind, as far as like when violence comes into play? Because I know that there's a lot of people who deal with domestic violence, and if like just telling your story sometimes is enough to make someone else tell their story and possibly get out unscathed. So have you ever thought about like being a go-to person?
Well, actually, I do that all the time. That's natural for me. I'm the type to coach anyway. I talk like that. I think like that. So if you even around me, just somebody I walk up upon, if they come at me with something like that, problems or whatever, I give them good advice naturally. If you just a friend of mine, I'm gonna correct you when you're wrong. I'm gonna give you the solution of the correction. So that's how I live anyway. That's how I think anyway. So I'm always coaching and teaching. It could be kids, it could be grown ups, it could be elder people. I'm always. It's just a privilege from just being around me. The knowledge gonna come to you anyway, because I'm the type of person that I can't let nothing that's false slide anyway. It got to get handled. You guys to know that this is wrong. You guys to know that this is right. So I'm just that type of person.
Okay. So just to go back a little bit, as far as like your childhood and how you came up and all of that stuff. How long? When did you actually start the music business? Like, how old were you when you started?
When I started the music, I was like 19, 18, 19, somewhere around there.
Oh, okay. How old you are?
Ma'am, I couldn't hear you.
No, I was just asking, do you mind if I ask you how old you are right now?
Oh, I'm 42.
Okay, you can go ahead and continue with what you were saying.
Well, yeah, I started the music around 18, 19 years old. You know, I started doing it independently. That means that I was paying for everything myself, getting my music pressed up, you know, copyrights and all that. You know, just studio time. I just, you know, it was an independent thing. Basically, I was selling myself. You know, and, that's just the hustle in me. That's just the type of dude I am, and you know, it works. But I also had one foot in the streets that I couldn't pull out. You know, and I was so grounded in the streets. The music was secondhand. It had to be in order for me to eat. You know, and it was taking me places. You know, I was getting money off of it. I was making money off myself with the music. It's just that music is something you gotta get discovered yourself. You can't expect people to discover you in that field of work, you know. And you know, I was pushing myself. You know, I ran into a lot of people that could have helped me, but some people reached out, some people lied. You know, you still gotta. It's all within self. You know, you can't depend on other people with that type stuff. And you know, I'm just the type to do it myself. I'm solo. You know, and that's how that was going down, and you know, I've been on radio stations and all type of things.
So if you had to say, you know, one of your songs that did the best that you thought, and it was on the radio and you traveled with that song, what song title was that?
Actually, this song is on my timeline. It's called "Girl What It Might Be" by Solo Slim. It's also on YouTube, so you can pull it up on YouTube too. This song, I actually shot a video to it in New York, matter of fact, in like '08, somewhere around in '09, and you know, I shot a video to the song, and it's cut from a nice track, and you know, you can pull it up, listen to it. And I got more songs available on YouTube also, and you know, but that's one of the ones that I really was pushing when I was out there. And I had a lot of street music. That song is more commercial like, because you know, that's how I got radio play and all that type stuff. So, but I was really spitting about the streets, you know, and what I was going through, what I was living through.
Oh, okay. Well, what was your actual genre? Because you know, hip hop culture has shifted and changed so hard, and then you have rap music, and then you have the mumble rap. You have so many different departments of you know, rap music when it comes to what we listen to now. What would you consider your music to be?
My music is basically universal. Basically, I mean, it depends on what you live in, what type of life you live in, what you like or what you into. But I would catch you in all different type of ways with my music. You know, I catch the streets, even the corporate side or whatever. You know, it's just I'm versatile at whatever I do. So I can make a song about the streets. I can make a song about a female. I can make a song about Christmas. You know, and I can make a song about anything. My writing skills is out of this world. Period. So it's just about who you are and what you like. And I'm pretty sure I can touch you somewhere. You know.
Did you catch my question?
No, I missed it.
Okay,
I think we lost signal.
It's all right. I was asking if you
I'm sorry, I can't hear you again, man.
have a bad.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
When it came to did you that you all
Yeah, can't hear. I can't hear. We having technical issues or something.
Well, let me take a small break and we'll come
Go ahead.
right back.
Okay,
Okay.
now I hear you. I hear you. I hear you clearly now.
Oh, okay. Well, let me still take a short break and we'll come right back. Okay.
Okay.
This is the spot for new hot authors who are given the opportunity to shine. Each Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will showcase a new author here at the Literary Lounge. We are taking out the time to give all of our literary friends an opportunity to showcase their work. The New Author Spotlight is a platform that allows us to ask up to 10 questions or more to give you, the audience, the most in-depth current information about each writer in their literary piece. We will have a new guest every week. Stay tuned. All right, and we are back, and we are live. This is your girl, Destiny D, and we are live at the Literary Lounge on WTLR Radio. Today's date is December 22nd, 2018, and we have been discussing a little bit of background about the young man that we have on the show today. He goes by the name of Solo Slim. Basically, he has began his career as a musician slash rapper, and he decided to turn his life story into a novel to explain the ins and outs of the music business, things that he dealt with during that time, and just it's almost like a biography of his life. And what he has endured as far as relationships with other people and things of that nature. So what we want to do now is we want to go further into our interview with him just to get, some more information from him as far as his writing career goes. So let's see if he's still on the air. Solo, you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great. So right before the break, I was asking a question about your musical career, and you mentioned that you were doing everything on your own. So I wanted to try to see whether or not if you were, the producer, the person who ran the boards, did you make the tracks, did you write the lyrics, what was your full involvement?
All of that. Yeah, I was independent. I had producers that was around me, but they was also rappers too. I would buy beats from other people. I would make my own beats. Just as far as writing, no, I don't nobody write for me. I wrote everything myself. I write my own music, so I can't picture myself even performing somebody else's written music. So it ain't gonna touch my heart like that. It's got to come from me. And I basically, I had guys that I dealt with that was producers, and they had nice tracks and stuff. So I would buy beats from other people. I have guys that just slang me a beat just because of what I was doing, And but as far as anything else, basically I was just my own manager, my own everything. Besides a few producers that I dealt with.
Okay. So that's actually really good that you were able to do majority of the legwork. And it's even better that you did most of your did all of your lyrics. So that makes it genuine.
Yeah.
I have noticed that some artists have other people write their lyrics, or either it's like some of them know them by heart, like they figure it all out in their head and they don't write anything down. That's kind of like how Jay-Z. He's never written any of his lyrics down. He's always known them from the top of his head.
Yes. I also. Go ahead.
Yeah, that takes a lot of work. But it's kind of crazy because, like, even with that being said, it's like once you hear the track, it's like you remember what you put to it. Like, it don't matter, how far you go back. I've noticed that as a musician, soon as you hear, like, the first 3 drops, it's like you already know what you wrote to it. You can go right back to it, and you can spit it just like how you spit it the first time.
Actually.
Like, I've seen... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, it's music. Is within you, you know. So as far as coming off the top of your head, you know, guys do that too. I can do that too. But as far as when you want hits, you write hits are written like hook. It's written. So when you coming off the top of the head, your music comes together. It depends on the artist that you are and what you're saying and what type of music you giving the world. They write, and the ones that don't write, you know, I consider them artists too because, you know, they don't write their music down. They just spit what's on top of their mind. But a real organized song, you have to write as far as, you know, you want a perfect song because you can't go back and fix nothing once you spit it off the top of your head.
Right. But see, the thing about it is that, you know, it's just some that just are so in tune with music that the words kind of like flow out to them because like I've helped other people because like I have a friend who's a producer and he pushed me to like put music out. So I set up this little SoundCloud. We recorded some stuff at his house and stuff like that. And he had other people that he would have come over and spit a couple of bars and stuff like that. But a lot of them were young. So it was like they were either using tablets or they were using like cell phones and, you know, writing as they was listening to the, you know, instrumental and stuff like that, coming up with their stuff. But I was kind of like the one that just sat back in the cut and just listened to everything. And before you knew it, like I could hear the hook, like just off the top of my head, and I could like. And it just came to me, like, and a couple of times we, like, had these moments where they was like, all right, you ready for the hook? And I'm like, yeah. They was like, you ain't writing nothing down. I was like, I know. Just roll with it. So when they hit the live button and I hit the hook, they were like, yo, that's it. So, you know, when the flow is good, when the chemistry is good, when everything runs together, it's like, it all comes together, and it's so easy to come off the dome with some stuff. But it's still good to get it wrote down, though, because, like, some people like to write it down and then walk into the booth and then spit it and be like, oh, this needs to change. I can't get it all out. Let me change this. You know, it all works out.
See, well, another thing about the art of music, if you go into the studio, you don't really need no paper. Unless you're trying to write an album in one day. But as far as going into the studio and recording, it always got to be scripted in your head already before it even going to come out clean, you know. If it ain't even scripted in your head, when you go in there, it's not going to come out as tight as it should, you know. You have to be on top of your music. And you know, once you're on top of your music and it's coming at you for real and it's really yourself, it's going to come out right as long as you practice, you know. Practice makes perfect. But as far as coming off the top of the dome, that's for like freestylers. Most freestylers do that, and a lot of freestylers can't write, you know. That's the way they make music. They have to get it off the top of the dome. And most writers are more creative, you know. Yeah, that's why they sit down and write their songs, you know.
Yeah, think stuff fully all the way through. Yeah, I agree. Let me ask you this. Now, when it comes to your book, do you have like any of your like music as far as like your lyrics or anything within that book?
Yes, I have a few scenes in the book while I'm spitting. Actually, I got one scene in there that I was dealing with a shawty that liked to hear me rap, you know. I actually broke it down. Like, it was after a sex scene, and she wanted me to spit something to her, so I spit some bars to her, you know, and you know, And I got a couple things like that in the book, just humor, but it's real, I actually spit the real bars that I spit to her, so it's just natural.
Now, before I ask you the next question, I need to ask you like a quick question. Your favorite rhyme, does it have any expletives in it?
Excuse me?
As far as your favorite rhyme that you ever wrote, does it have any like curse words in it?
No, ma'am. I really ain't got a favorite one, but yeah.
I was about to say, if you had to drop one right now, which one would it be?
I don't even know. I don't even know. It'll be something it'll be something that I already as far as plan on putting out or something, or something that just come to.
Yes, that's why I'm trying to give you like your 5 minutes of fame. You gotta get it in right quick so people know you ain't a joke.
Oh, okay, yeah, you want to hear? Okay, my life, it gotta get better. I done it all here. I don't see nothing else. Gotta move on to a new dimension in time. New faces, new places, new thoughts on my mind. I take off and go and see what outer space look like. Look in the mirror, I'll probably see what God's face look like. Don't depend on the streets. Don't depend on my peeps. Don't depend on you. I'm depending on me. That's how I go. Can't get enough. I keep wanting for more. I just flip till my stats can't fold. They used to call me Richie Rich when I was 12 years old, and they ain't never have. I just look like gold. Well, I ain't, I can go on and on, but so
I got you. That's what's up.
You feel me?
So, with everybody just tuning in and just getting a taste of what you just heard, we have Solo Slim on the show today, and he's giving us a little bit about his book that's coming out in the first quarter of 2019. So he said between January and March of 2019, we should be seeing this new release coming from him. Now, do you have any idea of, like, which avenues that it's going to be dropped on? I know most times they hit Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and stuff like that. Are they going that route?
Yes, I think it's going through Amazon and Kindle, Google, all the avenues that everybody else dealing with, I know about, and also through me.
Okay. So, do you have a website or any kind of contact information you want to drop to everybody that's tuning in?
Yes. You can go to GrahamR Writing Series for more information. You can log on to Facebook page Solo Slim, and you can get connected with me. That's basically it.
Okay. Do you have a website or any other social media networks that you use?
Well, we're setting up one now, not at the moment, as far as the fan page or whatever. But I will be posting all that soon in the future, right now in the present, basically.
Okay. And have you heard of any events or anything they're trying to put your book at or to do with you when it comes to your book? You know of any events or anything coming up in the near future?
Not right now. All I know is just check in with GrahamR Writing Series for more information. But as far as right now, as far as when the book come out, I don't know what's gonna happen after that. But it is what it is. But we'll follow everything up as it happens.
Right. Do you have any idea how much the book will cost once it's released, or is that still up in the air too?
No, ma'am, not right now. I guess it should be between $15 and $20.
Okay.
$10,
So if you
at
had
least $10.
If you had to say how many pages it was, like, can you give us a ballpark figure so we know what size book we're looking at?
Pages, it's probably like as far as book form, it should be at least 200 or better.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. So with this being like the last 10 minutes of the show, I want to thank you for being on the show, calling in, and being a part of everything. Because, like I say on every show, the show would be nothing if the person actually don't show, because then it would be just me ranting about nonsense. But we do appreciate you taking out the time out of your busy schedule, and I do apologize for all these things. As you can tell, my inbox is popping as it normally does. But yeah, would love to thank you for being on the show. So with that being said, if you have any shout outs you want to give or any closing statements, you can do so right now.
Yes, I want to shout out to my mom, Miss Carol Ann Boyd Hill from Cross Hill, South Carolina, Lawrence County. Shout out to Greenwood County. Shout out to my daughters, Alexis, Deasia, Kimaya Boyd from Greenwood, South Carolina. Shout out to all my homeboys, people that support me. I can't call all y'all out, but y'all know who y'all are. Yeah, just shout out to any females that dealing with me now. You know what I'm saying? I love you. Keep rolling with your boy. I respect anybody that I'm dealing with. Just shout out to the Greenwood, Cross Hill, Lawrence, all that down there, you know what I'm saying? The whole upstate, South Carolina, you know. I represent a lot, so I can't really shout out everybody and you know, get the book Solo Season coming within the next 2 months, you know, everywhere. And I think y'all gonna enjoy it and get ready for the sequel. The next one is coming behind it. So, you know, just shout out to everybody that support me and deal with me, man, and ride with me. You know what I'm saying? I just got love for y'all, real love. You know I deal with realness, so it's all good, man.
That's
shout
so
out
cool.
to my little sister, Shaquila Hill. I forgot about her, yeah. My power attorney.
Can't forget about that.
That's my business partner, my sister, Shaquila Hill, man. Yeah, shout out to you.
Okay. Good. So,
yeah.
Like I said before, thank you so much. So if you want to give like your reflection or whatnot, you can do so right now.
My bad, I couldn't hear you.
Now I was saying if you wanted to give your reflection on the show, you know, you can do so right now.
Well, I enjoyed the show. You know, it was a nice venture. You know, another nice business accomplishment. You know, and I enjoyed it, man. I actually was looking forward to it, and it's just something I like to do, man. I like just to venture out and touch people, you know, with realness, and that's about all.
Okay. Well, as I stated before, we really do appreciate you being on the show and everything. So we're going to be looking out for your new book to be released in the next couple of months. We look forward to seeing bigger and better things from you in the near future. For those who don't know who you're listening to, you are listening to Solo Slim. He's a young man from South Carolina. So I do encourage anybody that's coming in on the tail end of this live interview to take the opportunity to back it up to the beginning to actually hear more information about this young man. So if you have the internet, I encourage you to type in blogtalkradio.com/WTLR, okay? That way you can get a full listen or playback of this entire interview. And also, it will be available on the YouTube channel that we have. If you just look up Transparency Library, you'll be able to actually see that. As far as the interview is concerned, it will have this interview along with all the other interviews that we have had on our YouTube channel. So thank you again for being available for the show. And if you have any final statements, you can say it now. Whatever you want to let the world know, you know, you can drop that now.
I just want to let them know that I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I am Solo Slim. Book is called Solo Season. Cop the book. You won't regret it. I promise you. And shout out to all my peoples, man. Shout out to GrahamR Writing Series. for dealing with me on this project. And I just want to say peace, love, and happiness, man.
All right, and there you have it. So take care of yourself, and we look forward to seeing some more from you, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you too.
All right, bye-bye. You are live at the Literary Lounge with your host, Destiny D, bringing you the newest and the brightest of the literary world right to your ear hole. Every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in, listen up, and learn something. All right, guys. On December 29th, 2018, we will have a young man by the name of Julian Ferguson on the radio. If you have followed Transparency Library in the past, you will know that we actually did a blog interview where we typed back and forth. However, this time we are able to do one where you can actually hear him live. So we want to show love and show support for him. So if you're not doing anything at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week, then feel free to tune in and listen to his 1-hour interview. Thank you guys so much. And this is your girl, Destiny D, signing out. Y'all be safe and be blessed. This is the spot for new hot authors who are given the opportunity to shine. Each Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will showcase a new author here at the Literary Lounge. We are taking out the time to give all of our literary friends an opportunity to showcase their work. The New Author Spotlight is a platform that allows us to ask up to 10 questions or more to give you, the audience, the most in-depth current information about each writer in their literary piece. We will have a new guest every week. Stay tuned. And just as a recap, guys, on December 29th, 2018, we will have none other than Julian Ferguson as our special guest on the radio show. So if those of you who have been following Transparency Library, since we actually were doing the blog where we were typing back, and will be your first opportunity to actually hear an interview with Julian about his book. So I encourage you guys to tune in and listen in on next week at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is your girl, Destiny D. Y'all be blessed and stay safe, all right? 1.